Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast with me, host and Pearl Day, the one and only master propaganda here of Zyke, defender of the fatherland. Off it all 1v1 on Angoville farms, north it is Seocheon, fighting here for freedom, democracy, and liberty. Here with the US 3rd Armored Division, we got a weapon support to start here up for them with triple scouts. Might be advanced infantry then. Or heavy weapons to south, it is Dexn fighting for Deutschland, the Reich. Here with the 3rd Panzer Grenadier Division, we got a triple pioneer opening for him. 4 scouts for Seocheon, so both sides going for the cheaper units to grab a lot of map with. Of course, the scouts are just better at it and also better at finding the pioneers. Do get Dexn with some grenadiers flying up here, thumbs up to that. Broad approach here from both sides so far. 3rd scout team right around the corner here for Seocheon, and we do in fact get advanced infantry. As always, big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for the continued generous and wonderful support of the Propagandacast, and a big thanks to those who keep commenting and liking on videos. Helps out immensely with the YouTube algorithms. So, points being nabbed here, we got the Grenadier squad there ready for Dexn and Deutschland. Coming in there with their Kar-9 TK bolt action rifles. 4th scout team right around the corner here for Seocheon. So like looking at a mix of half-tech bazooka teams and then artillery observers once it gets to that point. There we go, first shots fired, pioneer for the scouts here by the northeastern cluster of farm buildings here. Got a few point there, we got Bart Wine sandbags. Interesting setup there by Dexn. I don't think this one is very common, but it is very interesting. Certainly something. That's the Punisher scouts in the west, 30 cal there for Seocheon. Very much expected and anticipated. Same Grenadier squad for Dexn. Well, obviously this means he's going to be going for light tier 1 in a sense, which is, I feel like, when most people go for these triple pioneers, double Grenadier openings, then they tech fast, and then either go for like a fast Luftwaffe company or Panzer Grenadier company. So it's very likely here what Dexn could be already scheming here versus Seocheon. His first 30 cal there, hitting the field right about now. That's what battle groups Dexn might end up with. Mechanized fields at the moment, most likely. Break for a secondary, and of course, Luftwaffe sort of the 3rd, shall I say, position choice there. There you go, 30 cal catching the Grenadiers here, right by the outhouse, force those to withdraw there. Definitely don't want to have your nose too close to the ground there. A second 30 cal there for Seocheon, west side. Scouts poking a bit back here, we got the pioneers moving in. Bit of quality otherwise, Grenadiers delivering, drawing. Second 30 cal right there for Seocheon. Freedom, democracy, liberty, and the American dream. And Dexn, in response, he actually told the machine guns does go for mortars, so if he had planned to take out fast, he's definitely altered those plans in response to the machine guns, which, I mean, does make sense. So, thumbs up to that. And if not, I mean, you know, if you're saying, you know, going for machine gun, it still makes sense, like, you know, go for mortar instead. So, Grenadiers pulling back here, denying the building here, since obviously the Americans occupy that with a machine gun. Things are going to get very uncomfortable here for the Germans very fast. West side, pioneers as the scouts here. A nightmare for their being brought to the front line. And we got Seocheon here with the mechanized support center, been getting steadily a bit more popular here, though infantry support center remains, I think, still the most popular. It's not quite as, shall we say, clear distinction it used to be. 30 cal scouts here, they're going to cope with the 30 cal mortar is not ready to covering fire here, or at least a smoke screen. West side here, pioneers push back with the scouts with ease. And here the Grenadiers caught in the fields are very much forced to withdraw. There you go, first mortar round here. 30 cal number 2 moving in. More sandbag, Bart wide precision here from Dexn. 30 cal just getting out of the general area of impact there for the mortars. So what will Dexn go for next? More infantry tech. We do get the tech, it is the Luftwaffe company. And we got artillery observers, of course, here for Seocheon, so that does represent a bit of a boost there to scouts, which wants to, of course, get all them reinforced. 30 cal getting bombarded, half-track for Seocheon as expected, plus artillery radio beacons. So you can, like, you know, just get free mortifying his opponent. Got the first half-track there, slowly round to the front line. Dexn dispatching a few forces westwards here, realizing this is going to be more of a standoff one. We can't really easily push through here due to, well, not having a lot of infantry and due to the terrain being quite good to defend with, and doing got machine guns. In with one more, to the problem is there's multiple machine guns that can sort of hide out there, so you can't, like, easily pull this off without like a notably larger force than it currently possesses. And of course, he could do that, or he could just like keep his opponent tied down, and then pushes westwards and exploits the fact most of his opponent's forces on the east. So I think Dexn is definitely making the correct choice, all things considered. 2-1 on the way. They're half moving in, getting upgraded to the M16. That will definitely force Dexn, I think, into upgrading his 2-1 with the Panzerwichser. Yes, he could force him into it. Yeah, of course, decided he doesn't want to, so of course, have to see what that happens there. There you go, mines down there. Note what he's mining. He's mining the shrubberies here, punching his opponent more used for cover, but also theoretically, you know, might make his opponents like to look for mines. Because who mines the bushes, really? 2-1 ready. Upgrading the Panzerwichser 41, they're upgraded to it. The radio beacon there spotted. We got second fighter coming in. The pursuit team tools as well. Obviously expecting light beacon out of Dexn. M16 they're moving eastwards. So we can keep that they're ready. More artillery radio beacons being put down here by Seocheon. So anyway, the one thing the Americans actually worked quite good at was actually coordinating all the various artillery pieces they had across like a larger front. Meaning anyone at one time could pretty much guarantee to like be able to call in some artillery. That's like a significant artillery munition shortage, which did sort of happen towards the later stage of 1944 as these supply lines got extended. Anyways, 2-1 here going for the M16 here. We got a bazooka right around the corner here. Nice out of the bazooka. In this case though, it gets a bit too eager and gives away the surprise there against Dexn. I think should have tried waiting a bit there, then pop to the building a bit. I think Dexn had a much harder time getting the 2-1 out there. So it called in here, of course. We got two of them out.
Converting bunker to a medical facility.
And he can just like, you know, chuck artillery all over the place. Jaegers only for Dexn. Medic bunker upgrade as well, thumbs up. And it's taking nasty damage here, probably should withdraw at least this squad. Very low and healthy, and Dexn just risk wasting manpower. And the second squad, yeah, it should be retreated as well. We can see there again, also exceptionally low and healthy. Just better to get them healed up rather than just wasting manpower. But they're not going to do anything anyways. For now, the Americans remaining in good map control. Surprisingly few casualties, though, considering how long the match has lasted so far. So on Dexn's side, 7 on his opponent's side. That's a pretty harmless fight in a sense. I mean, obviously someone, you know, didn't survive, but, you know, I mean, for a match this long, you would expect a few high casualties. But anyways, two being called in there. Much modified there out of Seocheon. Officers' quarters for the Luftwaffe company. No battle group yet, though, for Dexn. We got more artillery service at the Seocheon. Also some more artillery. Called in by those beacons. Getting hit in, well, at least the one he knows where it is. He's got another one there, so that's a total of 3 of them so far here. Look at him holding here the armored car at bay there, keeping it away. He's getting obliterated by another Calypso beacon. You can see Dex is just trying to make any headway. I mean, just 3 Calypso beacons there. And like quite nasty rip apart an infantry push if you like any momentum. Of course, they have to be worried about machine guns as well.
Enemy forces have claimed our territory.
The Calypso's neatly being rushed by the scouts. 2-1 hanging back west side. Basically forgotten here. Which is definitely, I think, something Dexn probably doesn't want to do. Still no battle group for Dexn. Casualties at least has managed to pick up the pace here quite fast. At least 1 beacon is down. I think 2 actually might be down. Leaving just Seocheon here with a 3rd beacon out on the sides. Armor car doing enough to the M16 here. Jaegers pushing away that Calypso service. 30 cal though halts the Jaegers advance here, leaving Dexn's glorious advantage into these once more constrained. His mortar though is getting some work done. Total of 3 30 cals there for Seocheon now. Got the 2-1 span which went for that M16, but there you go. Bazooka team once more to the rescue. 2 Jaeger squads with scope G43s. Catching the 30 caliber port, and then we're crucially getting caught by the artillery beacon. That one in particular I feel like it's probably been like an amazing investment in Seocheon. He's just been calling in so much artillery at like really uncomfortable positions, timings for Dexn. And of course we got another one there. So he can of course quickly replace them for like no real cost. Which is certainly another factor into as to why they can be so popular, because they're pretty much dirt cheap. Dexn though still no comfort, at least he's pushing westwards here though. We got here Seocheon with a small response force, 30 caliber artillery service here, plus of course the artillery beacon. At that rate, that beacon's going to get a medal or something. Thanks for a lot of flamethrowers here, but again the artillery beacons there really makes things tough there for Dexn. On top of the M16 here, pretty much crippling any tank Dexn might have defending the cutoff point here. So right now, unfortunately for Dexn, but the current approach isn't quite working out for him. I think tactically he needs to try and think in some slightly different, shall we say, patterns than what he's currently doing. As Seocheon, unsurprisingly, is putting down a third beacon. Again, Panzer Grenadier companies here. Dexn definitely adapting. I'm guessing he's going to go for a need for maybe a Pack 40. We'll have to be able to get there, obviously. Now sweeping westwards here, I think Dexn's kind of realizing that fighting around here with as much as he does is at this rate is not going to be economically feasible, because again his opponent can just easily park radio artillery beacons across here, but Dexn can't easily reach them due to the geometry of the map, and then just like make any defense there very, very painful. So at least for now, I think Dexn shifting westwards is probably the optimal choice. In theory, with enough speed, he can like try and outmaneuver his opponent, catch him off guard. At least with this, he is definitely acting faster than his opponent reacting. This in fact even allows him a chance to take out the M16, which is going to be huge here for Dexn who teams with it. He should definitely have a chance of knocking it out unless he gets very unlucky. And he did get it! It did cost him the 2-1, but I think that's a trade-off here. Worth it for Dexn, because the M16 was containing so much more, whereas the 2-1 with the anti-tank rifle, heavy light tank gun, obviously was only really dealing with the M16, that was it. Meanwhile, we got Panzer Grenadiers here for Dexn, some bit more aggressive assault infantry, thumbs up. Panzer Grenadier. Wrecked another artillery radio beacon, got the west side of the map, and interesting enough, Seocheon's been so occupied with this, he hasn't really like pushed through here and at least grabbed the victory point there. So that's also a minor win here for Dexn in the name of Deutschland. White Phosphorus rocket they unleashed. Dexn up with their scoped G43s and regular G43s. Quick fire some smoke around here, I think. More forces around there. We go. Panzer Grenadiers pushing ahead here with the Sturmgewehre. No shoot smoke there to deliver that machine gun. Even has flares, so of course check for machine guns that way. Thumbs up. 30 cal proving a problem. Of course, deploy smoke here. There's kind of not in there to allow the Panzer chance to close in. We could just, bombard and hope the Panzer Grenadiers don't get absolutely demolished in the process. But I think a smoke screen here would have been ideal there. There you go, 130 cal pushed back. East side, bit of poking about there from Seocheon. What we see here, whatever progress Dexn has sort of slowly being already unwound. No, he's going to lose them. Dexn! Oh, that was such a pointless wipe. I mean, he apparently just, I guess, got a couple other things and forgot about them. Allowed to get wiped. That's just 340 manpower. Straight down the toilet. F company for Seocheon. More Panzers for Dexn.
We have lost the sector.
They're cheap reinforcements at least, though obviously that doesn't apply when you lose an entire squad like that. Thankfully, otherwise that ability would be exceedingly dumb. But yeah, not a good wipe at all. That's 340 manpower just basically right down the drain. Like, no real effort there. Another beacon down. Small win there for Dexn.
Panzer Grenadier squad
But he needs, I think, more significant wins against his opponent at this point.
Sector overrun. Enemy forces have captured a victory
And as
point.
all this is going on, here's Seocheon meanwhile is just casually moving towards a Sherman tank, whereas Dexn right now doesn't have a single anti-tank gun, let alone any armor. So Seocheon, he's just applying pressure, and is effectively like punishing, you know, any mistake Dexn makes it quite effectively. The F company at this point is just serving as free experience here for the Panzer Grenadiers, which is nice for Dexn and his Panzer Grenadier. But for Seocheon, obviously is a bit of a waste of, you know, resources in that sense. In this, it's very cheap munitions wise. I mean, it does become free experience for his opponent. It does fall a bit more flat. There you go, grenade assault. Final grenade off in the third cal. Does shoot in time here. No supporting them for the Panzers will be running into another third cal. It's going to be trouble here. Southwest here, third cal will run here. The super team there getting mauled by the Jaegers, the Pioneers, and the Grenadier, but Dexn needs map control badly, and right now more than anything he needs anti-tank weapons to halt the rampaging Sherman.
You have 3 command points at your disposal.
There you go, Pack 40 for Dexn, and Deutschland's actually managed to take his opponents casualty-wise, so I mean that is something there for Dexn.
Pioneers have secured it.
But obviously doesn't mean he's even remotely in the clear. Reinforcing healing with cheap reinforcements and the medic bunker. Dexn at least does have some way of, like, you know, mitigating some of all the bleeding he's doing there, so it is a good combo there, but not one that is as popular as it used to be.
We have 300 points
And
remaining.
the beacon down, Dexn down 300.
Anti-tank gun and crew are ready for orders.
Pack 40 ready though. Jaegers moving ahead, Grenadiers, Panzer Grenadiers, Pioneers. I just spotted the artillery radio beacon, yes indeed. Still need to get something over to the west to grab the victory point over the field point. 300 versus 444, and another Pack 40 for Dexn. Clearly not going for Stooks anytime soon, if ever. Another F company push here out of Seocheon. Just feeding the Panzers a free experience. West side, bit of movement here. Bazooka men, Slurp Cells moving again with 30 cal support against Dexn's left flank. Pretty much suppressing the Yanks on the others move to sweep in and clear up the job. And here, F company getting absolutely demolished. Got automatic fire.
Arc deployed.
Demolishing F company in a matter of seconds and is feeding the Panzer Grenadiers some nice casualties. And theoretically, again, it's an arm to get ahead here in terms of casualties, but you know, not really quite the same. And so, effectively, it's inflating, you know, the advantage Dexn actually generated here. Another Sherman there for Seocheon. Another artillery radio beacon, big surprise. He's built a lot of them so far. And surprisingly, he's going to keep building them. Second Sherman almost on there for Seocheon. It's Dexn's second Pack 40 stand ready. Unfortunately for Dexn, at least, sort of the way he's playing the game, he's starting to get a bit repetitive in some respects, which of course makes the job easier for Seocheon to deal with him. He's got the upper hand already,
Command points available.
and Dexn has some issues, I think. So there we go, second Sherman hitting here, Dexn.
Grenadier squad has
And a
been
Grenadier
destroyed.
squad wipes stinging blow, that's Dexn. In fact, that was his remaining Grenadier squad, leaving only Dexn now with Jaegers and Panzer Grenadiers. No Grenadiers left standing. They could call in more infantry, going to drop in some Fallschirmjägers or Fallschirmpioniere, though I don't think Dexn will do that. So Chomming on with another artillery radio beacon. It never stops for those because they're so cheap. Ever so cheap. Panzer company for Dexn.
We have
No
territory
shoots for
cut
him,
off
no
from supply.
fire makers for anything like that. It's Starstorm and Panzer Force, baby. But for now, at least, though, Dexn is finding the map control further shrinking. Rolling away there beneath successive waves of American assaults, and Dexn is just struggling to like contain the current situation. Doesn't really help. His packs are busy in the east while the Sherman is in the west. There's certainly some, I think, further issues here for Dexn against his opponent. It certainly does not do anything to make the job tough for the Americans, really. F Company again, did a super effectivity in with the nerfs. They didn't really fix the core issue, which is it is ludicrously effective for its cost. It just made it a little less ludicrously effective, but it remains ludicrously effective for its cost. And as long as that's the case, it's going to like, see usage like this, because it's still cheap. In the right place can really just do some significant harm to your opponent. .2 to 44.
Stuka aircraft ready to loiter the target area.
Reconnaissance loiter. Oh, it's just a loiter. They're out of Dexn. Down to West Pioneers, 230 cal. We got 236 to 444. Dexn really has been able to, like, tick off many victory points off his opponent. We do get a Panther 4, there's his first unit. So John Sherman's, they almost look like they're going to try and attack here. Dexn's base, something held him back. Some invisible hand there possibly steered him away from committing to that particular move. Ollie Panther 4 is done. Third Sherman for Seocheon.
Panzer 4 reporting in.
There you go, Panther 4 ready there for Dexn.
We must re-establish a connection.
Third Sherman almost ready. Ooh, almost got the tip service. Mortar fire at it here, trying to soften up the American defenders, but
The enemy has claimed our territory.
it's not working out.
Where's that coming from?
The Sherman's trying to use a mortar to soften up the front line. Is like trying to use a pillow to soften up a rock. West side here, till observes 30 companies, we can see the current the flank there. Dexn finding map control further and further slipping with, from his grasp. Something drastically needs to happen here with Dexn tactics or strategy. Right now, Seocheon, I think, has some quite effective contained. Under 85 to 144.
Ready for new orders.
Upgunning the Shermans. One fire raining down. Got the upgun Shermans running in. Be a tough one here for Dexn. But deployed here in an attempt to save the Panzer Grenadiers, but looks like it worked. That was very, very close though. Pack 40's just hanging back. They're not moving there. Go. The super team subserves machines going in instead here on the flank. And of course, F Company only applying further pressure here to Dexn as he continues to hold two sorties. Kind of like the side of the west isn't worth it, which is extended due to two of the victory points being here, but at the same time, the opponent has the larger forces in the east. Really don't want to just keep charging head on into it, because it really only allows your opponent to maximize his numerical superiority in the easiest way possible. That's basically Dexn's problem. The way he's attacking very much benefits his opponent. He's in no way trying to, for somebody to mitigate the difference in the two, overall force power, but trying to swing at, isolated units, or trying to attack Seocheon from the angle he isn't ready for. Instead, he keeps attacking Seocheon right head on, which is exactly where Seocheon's expecting most of his attacks to come from, meaning all the guns will be pointing in that direction so they can immediately just start passing Dexn and comes moving in. And of course also means he gets much more value out of F Company. So we just, put them right into the way of where Dexn's going to keep moving. Right now, Americans have most of the map here. Dexn needs to pick up the pace. start doing something a bit different here, because right now his opponent's very much, I think, you know, on track to just beating him. Dexn needs to like shift things up. We got a 4th Germany for Seocheon. It's only not aiding Dexn. Just going for some Starstorm at least. Oh. Certainly won't be of any help against the tanks, but they could remove all the stuff supporting the tanks. Yep, there's just some fuel point. West side here we got Pioneers, Panther swooping in and catching themselves over the 30 cal there. Good shot here, Sherman 10 from the north, 4th Sherman there, halfway done.
Shock veterans have been relinquished to us.
Almost at the 30 cal. E5's 144. 3. Got the 4th Sherman out, which really does not have great omens there in a sense for Dexn.
You need AT support?
And particularly factoring this anti-tank guns are a lot of the time obviously not quite where they need it ever, like they're almost always somewhere else. There's also another element here, China, I think is just good at shifting around his armor and his attacks, making him less predictable. Whereas comparatively, it almost feels like Dexn is like aiming to be quite predictable, which again makes him a lot easier to defend against. Attacks have arrived by the time they have arrived. Seocheon's already withdrawing his Shermans. They're relying on the enemy's surprise, he both gets more damage in, but also we can somewhat mitigate incoming damage because, you know, outpacing his opponent there, so by the time they get the stuff into position, he's long gone. Another Panther down, knocked up the artillery here. Really painful blow there to Dexn. We got the packs lining up, we got Loiters unleashed upon the Americans. Will the Luftwaffe be sufficient to turn the tide here?
Our AT gun has been destroyed.
Got the anti-tank gun there. Got the artillery service moving forward, getting a bit caught up with the Loiter.
Infantry company taking damage.
Keeps moving forward, seeing more radio service here. Oh, artillery service there for Seocheon. Another Starstorm squad here for Dexn.
I am eyes on the target. They're marked.
Strafing, west side here to mortars and Starstorm ready here. 35's 137. Pioneers with the bazooka team and the 30 cal.
Armed and ready.
Dexn mildly, briefly stabilized, but in the end, far from sufficient. He's got Seocheon come rolling with his tanks and utterly decimating Dexn here.
Stacks are lost.
35's 127. Another good shot there.
We have lost control of a victory point.
Good team here versus Starstorm. 35's 125. Already halfway done there. But yeah, Dexn at this point largely has lost. I mean, just the massive rolling ball of death and thunder that is the 4th Sherman's got there pretty much precludes Dexn with these, you know, pair of packs, which are the way they've been used so far, from actually having like a realistic chance of winning this game. Unfortunately, again, Dexn's packs have almost universally just not been where they've been needed. They've always like been in the wrong place at the wrong time, meaning they achieved very little to nothing there for Dexn. Said, even there, another issue has just been Dexn like at large time neglected on the west side, or just again attacking head-on to his opponent. There's been no real attempt for him to flank around through here or here, which is actually a pretty good flank path. There's been no real use of smoke. Like, there's definitely, I think, a lot of areas here where Dexn could have, you know, improved notably against his opponent. But again, I mean, Infantry assault, their AKF company is still absolutely just a dumb ability. Of course, the radio beacon certainly I was like, I think, way too good. And it's not like, you know, this is all on Dexn, but at the same time, I mean, if you look at, you know, some of Dexn's movements and patterns in terms of approach things, that really hasn't been in Dexn's favor either. It's not at all been, like, you know, working out for him. There goes skirmishes in the packs.
A pack gun has been knocked out.
Now I think it is safe to say it's GG hit for Dexn and a victory for Seocheon. There you go, GG game over. I think a lesson again, like, you know, maneuver warfare, and certainly in that regard, I do always find Angoville Farms is one of those maps that really can, like, you know, test you. Like, if you know how to use maneuver warfare, the map becomes significantly easier rather than you try to play it like it's code, at which point the map will absolutely punish the hell out of you. So, I think there's definitely some notable room there for improvement. But I'll wait. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. This is Imperial saying cheers and see you all tomorrow for another tonight episode. Bye, everyone.